Hola, y aquí volvemos con este juego. Bueno, no sé si os acordáis, pero yo sí me acuerdo porque acabo de jugar ahora mismo. Y esta vez voy a... no sé. Uy, cerro la puerta, tonto soy. Voy a... no sé, probar otras cosas. ¡Ah, se traba!
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way
Lo
to
sé.
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Sí.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No te voy a hacer ni
The
puñetero
lounge was
caso.
sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Whoa.
I'm not your enemy, really.
No hay
I'm
tantas
not.
cajas.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else
Tantas
can be
magníficas
difficult, but
cajas.
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Que me he olvidado de
I'm
algo.
asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Por ella. Por
This
ella.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been
¿Ella?
waiting.
¿Quién? ¿GLaDOS?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
Oh, Dios.
then pick up the phone.
De pronto se puede...
As Stanley
¿Qué?
picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him.
¿Qué? ¿Lo he desenchufado?
With radiance, but with hope.
Que
Hope
iba de
for
coña,
life
que no
ignited
pensaba
one-
que...
Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Sí, no me lo
It
creo.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Yo qué
You
sé.
actually
No sé cómo lo he hecho.
chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Yo tampoco, o sea, que lo he hecho por decir, voy a ver.
Clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment.
Que en los juegos normalmente no se puede hacer estas cosas. No te dejan. Decía, te voy a desenchufar y te vas a joder. Pero no, es que lo he desenchufado de verdad.
Somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Yo sé,
None
lo
of these
siento.
decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Ah, no sé quién va a
I don't
llamar.
understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Yo qué sé.
What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I
¿Qué?
can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley.
No soy
You're a
Stanley.
real person.
Soy una persona real. Sí, es cierto.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to
Exacto.
think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the
No sé qué está
severity of the
pasando,
situation?
pero creo que se ha
Well, I
enfadado.
won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional
Suena el
video.
vídeo.
Choice.
¿Qué?
It's the best part of being a real person.
La
But if
elección.
used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For
¿Qué?
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Steven has
Hola,
a choice.
Steven.
He could
Mira qué
spend
feliz
years
es Steven.
helping improve the quality of life for
Steven da
citizens
de
of
fumar a
impoverished
niños
third world
africanos.
nations. Or he could systematically set fire
Eso
to
es
every
una
orphan
mala
living
decisión.
a 30
¿Qué
kilometers of
cojones?
his house.
Eso sí que es una mala
What would you
decisión.
make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a
El
choice
sentido.
that does not conform
2
to
más 4
rational
es igual
logic.
que...
If you
¿Eh?
find yourself
Pez
speaking
es
with a
igual a
person
pez.
who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Esa persona
Allow
no
the
es real.
person to finish their thought, then provide an
Claro, la
excuse
típica,
why you cannot
estás hablando con uno y te das cuenta de que esa
continue
persona no es
Turn
real.
to a partner
Es
and
parte de un
practice
videojuego.
saying, My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack.
¿Qué cojones? Práctica. ¿Qué? ¿Eh? Que practique las decisiones. Decido que este vídeo siga.
Excellent. Making
Aha.
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Claro que sí.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
48.000.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are
¿Por qué
actually
está en el
meaningful
espacio?
and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
Problemas son
and the feeling
insignificantes.
should subside. At
Mira
this
qué
time,
cara.
your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ok, no me entero de una mierda.
Ah, welcome
cojones?
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué hay coches?
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
¿Eh?
This way, please.
Ok. Esta vez tomaré las decisiones correctas porque he visto el vídeo, según él. Esto...
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we
Esto antes no
can't
estaba.
have you jumping off the platform and dying.
No me dejará
Imagine the main
saltar.
character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all.
Si el personaje muere, la historia no tendría
We
sentido.
just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ajá. ¿Qué es esto? Poner $5.000 por saltar. ¿Qué gilipollas? Vale. Entonces, ¿ahora dónde voy? Atrás, ¿no? La sala está bonita.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Vale.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Vale.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my
Sí.
lead and you'll be fine.
Seguiré las
All right.
instrucciones.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vale.
No! Why did you do that?
¿Qué es
Quickly,
esto?
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're
Oh,
not
Dios
too
mío.
late.
Se ha vuelto loco. A ver. Vale.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't
es
believe
esto?
after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
Se ha
And what am I
cabreado.
supposed to do? Even if there
Se ha
were a way
destruido
to
el
actually, would it
juego.
be worth it? To know that
Míralo.
my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I
Exacto.
don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Se está desesperando,
No, I have to.
pobrecito.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
¿Eh? Está reiniciando el juego, dice. ¿Hola? ¿Dónde estoy? Hostia, esto está hecho una mierda.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed.
Es un juego entero
It was the only thing in the
destruido.
world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Lo
What,
siento.
did you think that would be funny?
Sí.
You just had to see?
Sí.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Pobre Stanley.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone
Esto es
through the door on the
supertriste.
left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
¿Qué?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly
¿Otra vez?
and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Estúpida
When
decisión de la
Stanley came
puerta.
to a set of two
Esto.
open doors,
Esto siempre lo
he
destruye
entered the
todo.
door on his left.
¿No ves, narrador? Si no hubieras puesto esta decisión, todo iría bien.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
¿Qué? ¿Qué?
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
Habré iniciado.
responsibly and always putting the story first.
Ahí
I'm
no hay
quite
nada.
sure you'll be up to the
Tengo que ir otra vez
task.
aquí.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Venga,
All
va.
right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vale, vamos para acá. No te cabrees más. A ver. No es... Ahora
Yet
está
there
todo
was
bien.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Por aquí nunca he ido.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
A la oficina del jefe. Guay, ¿no? ¿Es por aquí? No. Es que el narrador, si no pusieras tantas libertades... ¡wow!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Por aquí no
life.
está nunca. ¡Oh, pobre
Shocked,
panda!
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer
Night
just
Shark
last
115.
week. Night Shark 115.
Vale.
Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Ya lo he dicho. Esta puta mierda no funciona. Tiene que haber alguna otra forma.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
He spoke it
115.
into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Esta mierda no funciona, gilipollas. Cómprate un nuevo código porque esta puta mierda que... Mira, jefe.
I'm
jefe
sorry,
sin
is
cara.
there a problem?
Sí.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
Esta mierda no
Please
funciona.
speak the code into the receiver.
No puedo.
Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Que no puedo decirlo porque no funciona esta puta mierda. No puedo decir la contraseña Night Shark
Okay, fine.
115.
You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
Jamás sabré cuál es la historia de este juego.
Stanley shows for his choices. He
Porque
knows
siempre me
what
la
it
cargo
means to
antes.
take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
No
Speak.
sé.
Say something to me. Explain yourself, you
No te
coward.
diré nada. ¿Qué?
When Stanley came to a set of
¿Qué es
two
esto?
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
¿Qué? Me veo a mí ahí abajo.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Hola, Stanley.
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Damn.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Está súper triste.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept
Las dos son
whatever you do. I
correctas.
simply need you to take
Haz
that
hacer lo
step
que
forward,
quieras.
please. Choose. Do something.
Claro, si no le controlo, no elige.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
No puedo elegir si no, soy yo.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Pues es necesaria una persona real.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time
going to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Pobre narrador. ¡Oh! ¡Se acabó! Otra vez. Joder, la hostia. Creo que esto sería mejor que, no sé, tomar la decisión correcta. Voy a ver cuánto tiempo llevo. Todavía hay tiempo para una decisión más. ¡Ah! ¡Ah! ¡Me traba! ¿Por qué se me traba? ¿Qué pasa ahora? ¿Qué te pasa, juego? Explícame. ¿Ya está? Ya está. Ok.
When Stanley came to
Venga,
a
esta
set
vez
of
sí.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vale. Bueno, hijo mío, ¿qué te pasa? Ni que te fueras a morir. Oh, Dios mío, ¿qué le pasa a mi ordenador ahora? Oh, Dios mío, esto me está preocupando. Oh, Dios mío.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer
¿Qué
there.
es esto?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
¿Qué?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Pues me quedo aquí. Te jodes. Qué bonito es este sitio,
It was baffling that Stanley was still just
Venga, eso, trábate. Trábate y jódeme la
He
experiencia del
wasn't even
juego.
doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No me entero. ¿Me voy o no me voy?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Sí,
Standing around doing nothing?
exacto.
Why?
No lo sé por
Please offer
qué.
me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Yo también.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely
Si no hay nada,
no
¿para qué lo pones,
significance to the story
¿Para qué?
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
¿A qué? No.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I
XD.
hope your friends find this concerning.
Encima está mal escrito. Aposta, claro.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Es
That
estúpido.
or with drug money. Also,
Encima
Stanley's
soy un
addicted to
drogadicto.
drugs and hookers.
Qué forma de meterse conmigo tan gratuita.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
¡Estoy muerto!
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central
Me
nervous
maté.
system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Me he caído en
In a
el
situation
teclado.
like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your
Estoy
body is
muerto,
taken
el
care
jugador
of
que está
before it
jugando
begins to
muerto.
decompose.
Por eso sigo aquí.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
La persona en
He
este
or
ordenador
she
está
has
muerta.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Ay,
It's
Dios mío.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer,
Otra
making
persona.
sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Vaya ya.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you
Segundo
on board.
jugador.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
No puedes sacar peor que la primera persona. Si me vuelvo a meter, ¿qué?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Suba a esperar a que siga las tías. A la mierda.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nah. Vamos para arriba. No puedo entrar al baño.
Stepping into his
Esto antes no era
manager's
así.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra
No te hago ni
secret
puto caso.
pin number,
2845, vale, apúntatela.
2845. But of course,
2,
Stanley
4.
couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad,
Exacto, eso es lo que
knowing
hago.
full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
No sé qué estoy haciendo. Vale, era 2.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the
Dos,
device was useless,
8,
since he
4,
could never
5.
possibly know, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
No puedo
by
poner
sheer
otro.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
No me gusta. No me gusta esto. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios, ¿a dónde voy? ¿Sabes lo que debería hacer? Debería hacer otra lo de la línea. ¿Cómo se hacía lo de la línea? No me acuerdo. Pero tengo que hacerlo otra vez y ir por otro sitio. Tengo que hacer eso. A ver si voy a algún otro sitio interesante.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think
Dios mío, ¿dónde estoy
for
bajando? Estoy
himself,
siguiendo
to
su
question
historia.
the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Dios mío. ¿A dónde estoy yendo?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Yes, control.
Control Facility.
Escape. Oh, mira. Un escape. Qué fácil.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
¿Qué? Porque la vez que pasé por lo de la línea estuve a punto de irme, pero al
Stanley still
final
had every
decidí
opportunity
seguirlo.
to turn around and get back on track.
Podría
At
volver.
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
¿A dónde me lleva esto? Dios mío, qué caída. No sé dónde va a acabar esto, pero supongo que acabará, ¿no? Algún día. ¿Alguna vez? ¿En algún momento? En algún lugar. Hola.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, Dios
he
mío.
reflected that his life had been of no
Oh, Dios mío.
consequence whatsoever.
Oh, Dios
Stanley
mío.
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
No, no he seguido la historia y me va a matar.
So he resigned and
Oh,
willingly
Dios mío.
accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No. ¿Qué?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
¿Qué?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
¿Qué? Una narradora de narradores. ¿Qué?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
¿Qué? ¿Es esto?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Planos del edificio. Una maqueta. Venga, 0, 0, 1. Mira, aquí están las puertas 0, 1, 0, 0. Button sounds. Ajá. First computers. Créditos. ¿Qué cojones es esto? Office clock. Boss office. ¿Qué? Narrador outtakes. Que amazing, the voice of narrator records the dialogue of entire times over the 2 years.
For sure, we're getting right back on track to where he was.
El player underground.
See how it's impossible for the player.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? Freedom ending of the freedom ender in the game alpha. Ah, que hay un ending en el que soy libre. Es una ventana. Freedom ending. This freedom ending así. En la beta era así. Counter. My door one debate. Counter room. No sé qué coño es esto. Es como una guía turística o algo así. Ah, el propio juego en el juego. No sé, no entiendo nada. Stanley Office. Ok, yo por aquí ya he pasado. From Pixel 6 there's narrator. Who are you staying some? No sé para dónde ir, esto es muy grande. Warzone. Early in the an ending where Stanley Wolf ends up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game will become centered on a war against the narrator. The wielding and the nose front of the game. Person not is making fun of late shooters. Había un ending en el que te enfrentabas al narrador y un ejército de aliens. Alien Pass. Base. Miren like. ¿Esto tiene alguna salida? ¿O algo? ¿Cómo salgo de aquí? No jodas, tiene que haber alguna salida. Hombre, tiene que haber una salida en este sitio, ¿no? No jodas. Sí, eso sería porque he cliqueado ahí. Pues estoy viendo a cliquear. A ver si consigo algo. No se lo he visto. De apartamento. ¿Qué es esto? De cargo de ese comercio. Meeting room. ¿Qué? Portal, ¿qué dices? Eso de sus portal. Sending model. ¿Qué es esto? Trailers. Pues no le veo el trailer, Ah, ahora. Pues no se escucha. Nada, mierda. No hay nada, ¿verdad? Eso es todo, ¿Habéis visto algo? ¿Habéis visto algo? Un 38 o algo. Claro, 42. ¿Qué? ¿Tengo que dar al botón? No funciona. Oh, exit. Ya lo veo.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
¿Eh? Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Sí,
No,
lo veo.
perhaps not.
¿Cómo que no?
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
¿Cómo que no? El narrador y Stanley se necesitan
Listen to me.
mutuamente.
You can still save these two. You
¿Qué?
can stop the program before they both fail.
¿Qué?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
¿Qué? ¿Qué? ¿Hola? ¿Juego? ¿Juego? ¿Sigues vivo, juego? Me da que como me he hecho tengo que quitar. Bueno, pues no sé si nos veremos en algún otro vídeo. No sé si me quedan cosas que hacer. Ah, sí, me quedan todavía 2 cosas que hacer. Así que nos veremos en el próximo vídeo de Stanley Parable.